So in Utah, what are the differences between a guardianship and custody, and when do you use a guardianship? So here's the deal. Guardianship isn't the same as custody. It's really different. And it's grandparents and aunts and uncles and those kind of people. If you're raising a kid, you need the legal authority to make decisions for the kid and handle their needs. And that's called a guardianship. So when it comes into play, typically, maybe parents have died, parents are ill, maybe one of the parents is incarcerated. It might be a school issue, a kid's getting bullied at school and you've got to move them to be with you so they have better opportunities at school and some of those kind of things. So are some of the circumstances where they're used. Now, the thing to remember about a guardianship is they are designed typically to be temporary. They are not the same as custody. Custody is the fight between, the parent, the biological or legal parents. But a guardianship is used on a temporary basis where sometimes it's against the parent's will, sometimes it's with the parent's consent. But remember, with a guardianship, at any time, the parent can petition the court to say, hey, I don't want to end this guardianship and I want to take back control of my kid. And so that's something to remember. They're temporary like that. So how do you go about getting one? So to get one, you have to file a petition in court, say, I'd like to be the guardian of this kid. You have to typically get the consent of the parents. You have to notify the local school district and let them know you're trying to get a guardianship and the wise and get them to kind of sign off on it. And then you go to court. Now, if the parents are going to fight it, sometimes you have to present evidence that it's in the best interest. Maybe the parent dealing with some real addiction issues and struggling. And it's going to be at least temporarily best that you, as the aunt, uncle, grandma, grandparent, big sister, big brother, are raising that kid. And so you can go to court, put a trial on that evidence of the difficulties that the parents are struggling with and show that you're the better guardian. Other times that guardianships are used is, I've seen it where a parent is sent overseas with the military to a place where it's just not wise for the kid. Maybe the kid's going to be a junior or senior in high school, and they don't want to go have their senior year in a country they've never been to. So sometimes we'll grant a guardianship even to a family friend in that circumstance to keep the kid here to finish out their senior year. But as I said before, the guardianship can be terminated by the parents, usually at will. If it's been one that they've consented to, they just basically have to ask the court. If it's one where it's been against their wishes, they have to show that it's best for the kids that the guardianship ended. Now, one of the things why you might want to get one, if that's the situation, you're raising somebody else's kids, is you may not be able to enroll them in school. Typically, you won't be able to. You might be denied access to them if they are in the hospital. You won't be able to get their medical or dental records and those kind of things to help take care of them. So a guardianship is a critical tool when there's a situation where you're raising somebody else's kids.